Good afternoon and good evening, world, and welcome to A Positive Mind with Positive Vibes. I am your host, as always, Austin Varvel, and I just want to take a moment before anything to just say I love you, to say I appreciate you, and I thank you. I had no idea this podcast would reach so many people, would help so many, and change so many lives. And, so many people that have reached out to me over the last 4 years that I've actually had this podcast. I'm truly in awe. And more flabbergasted than anything. I can barely even form into words how I feel. So I just want to say thank you. More than anything is thank you. This episode is really going to be for each and every one of you personally. And I really want you to feel like I'm talking to you when I'm saying this, because I truly, truly am. And this episode, more than anything, is to remind you that you are enough. To remind you that you are exactly where you're meant to be, exactly where you need to be, and to help maybe reinforce a bit of a trust and faith in divine timing and in the universe and the things we may not fully understand or can explain. The biggest reason why I wanted to share this episode with you all is because there has been so much that's gone on in the world, from the beginning of this pandemic to now as we kind of enter the ending. And, my thoughts and prayers and love go out to India right now, who's going through such a tumultuous time with COVID-19. I just want to take that moment. If you guys haven't donated or shared love, whatever it is, make sure we're sharing that support for India, because I can't even fathom what it is they're going to. So my love, my light, my heart goes out to you, and may you all just truly heal and see a reduction in your cases very, very soon. So from the beginning of that to, for example, in the US, we have vaccines everywhere. States are starting to open. Here in Las Vegas, we're almost at 80%, we're at 80%. We're almost at 100% occupancy. So, the world is starting to open up a little more as we continue on. However, as the world has been attempting to reopen and continue to prosper on the external, our worlds within us are still under construction, aren't they? For some of us, our worlds are just beginning to crumble. And there's a lot of time that is required when it goes especially into our internal self and our reflection and our healing. And I want to make sure that, obviously we have to get back to work. We got to find ways of income. We have to pursue these things. But we really need to make sure that we're taking the time to focus on ourselves as well. We need to make sure that we're taking that time to reflect. And you need to make sure you're taking the time to reflect. There has just been so much that has gone on within this time, and I really, really can't stress that enough. And even within this last month, we had a beautiful, beautiful almost 2 or 3 months where we had all of our planets direct. We had a lot of energy for a lot of growth momentum, a lot of understanding what we really want, understanding, what is truly best for us. And then we had the energy and the momentum to make those hard choices, to make those tough decisions, and to really see who was here for us, what was here for us, and what's truly in our alignment. However, now as we enter, retrograde season, Pluto is already into retrograde. We have Mercury entering retrograde at the end of the month. And what is this really bringing up? This is a lot of our internal struggles. This is a lot of our subconscious fears. This is a lot of our subconscious struggles. And I'm actually reading a book right now. It's called It Didn't Start With You, and it's by an author named Mark Wolin. A friend of mine, very good friend of mine, shared this book with me, so thank you for sharing that, as I know you're listening. However, a lot of these things are starting to come from our subconscious epigenetically. And what I'm talking about is there is a transference of trauma and a transference of energy from generations of people who have gone through great traumas. And what I'm talking about is, for example, a mother that was undergoing extreme stress through that time. That stress and that energy would then be transferred to that child. That child begins an epigenetic weaving of the DNA from the mother's and father's, both DNA, but also their feelings, how their emotions are, what they're processing in that moment of development and creation for that child. And that type of trauma, it's so strong that it carries through generations. So we have even subconscious epigenetic traumas that we don't even know where these things came from. They kind of just got triggered, and now we're sitting here like, why do I feel this way, right? So there's so many different things that are coming about within us right now, and so many things that are really just causing us to take a moment, take a step back and almost want to retreat, right? But you can't, because look at how far you've come. Look at how far you have overcome. Look how many things you have risen above. Look at how many challenges you have defeated. So we even have, health issues. We have losses that are around us. We have all of these different things that are, they're not all attributed to retrogrades, but everything kind of just comes together. And I know several people right now that are just having, just fucking hit after hit after hit after hit, and these people do not know when it's going to end, what is going on, what's up, what's down, what's left, what's right. Some of these things are inverted for them. I mean, the people just don't know what the hell is going on, right? So there's so many things going on both within our world and on the outside of our world that's affecting our internal world most importantly. And I really, really want you guys to take a moment and take a step back and look at all of these things. Whether it's been dealing with economic struggles, dealing with family struggles, dealing with struggles within a family due to political views, financial struggles, just whatever it was, potentially, having a disagreement on vaccines, all of these different things that are in the world right now that's causing further confusion and further division as opposed to bringing us together as a collective. There's all of these things going on. Take a moment, take a step back and look at those things. Look at all those things that you've achieved. Look at all of those things that you've overcome. Look at all those things that you've mastered, that you've said that, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but guess what? You've overcome it, you've done it, and now you're here. So what's most important to remember in these times is that, and I read a really, really great quote. It's that you can't expect new things or a new life committing or performing the same choices and actions. You cannot achieve or create a new life by committing and performing the same actions and making the same choices. That is so important right now because I think a lot of us just want some kind of stability, right? Like there's so much going on. The world is upside down. There's so much of, just uncertainty. We want something stable. However, we need to take a step back and realize what that stability is. Is that a toxic stability that's like almost like a quicksand or a sludge that's masking as something that's stable, and the moment that you step foot in it, you start sinking again to where you were? Is it something that is almost like a glass that you're stepping on, very, very fragile, very brittle? The moment that you apply pressure, it breaks and your foundation's crumbled? Or is it something like a brick? Is it something that's concrete? Is it something that's like on the level of vibranium or adamantium for all my fellow nerds out there, right? Like, is it something that is so strong that no matter what you're going through, you're able to stand on top of it and you're willing to just, even if you fall down, you're able to fall down on that and you're able to just get back up in some form or fashion. So it's good, and I would strongly encourage you to take that moment and to take that moment of reflection and really see where your foundation is, really see what stability you have right now and why you keep going to it, why it's still there. Is it something that because it's familiar, or is it because it's something to help you grow? And I want to say that as you all are going through this, I am going through it as well. Please do not think like I have mastered this, that just because I'm sharing these things with you, I've overcome it. Please, I am right there in the trenches with you, and this shit is rough. This shit is crazy. I am waking up every single day second guessing something in my life. However, I'm having the ability to stay focused and to keep moving. And I know that that's very challenging at times, and we'll actually get into certain ways that you can kind of help recenter yourself or refocus yourself a little later in the episode. But I really, really, really just want to really harp and like beat to a dead horse. Like these, you guys, you have overcome so much. You have achieved so much. You have strived where people have fallen. You have succeeded where people have failed. You are still here and alive when people have fallen and lost their lives or their health or whatever it is around you. And I'm not saying that, those lives were lost for, a reason or anything like that. What I'm saying is that out of all that has happened, you're still here. Out of all that could have potentially happened, you have overcome it. For all the things that could have thrown a wrench in the system, that have thrown, sludge in your face, that is, potentially even, caused some form of defamation or disgrace or type of disrespect, you have still come back from that. You have overcome that, or you are in the process of that. And that is so great. That is so important. That is so awesome to overcome. And that is just so incredible. And I really, really want you guys to take note, to take an understanding, and to really reflect on how important each and every one of those choices are, because you didn't get through one without overcoming the one before it. And I want you guys to really look at how strong that momentum has been built. You started out with a challenge and then you overcome it. And then a loss came and you dealt with that. And then financial struggle came and you figured that out. And then more loss came and more challenges came and more this and more that. And you're still here. I cannot stress how important it is for you to realize how you are enough. You are doing exactly as you are meant to. You are overcoming. You are achieving. Yeah, it may look sloppy. Yeah, you may have barely overcome it. Yeah, you may have barely done it. But guess what? You did it. You crossed the finish line. You have succeeded. You're here. So what's next? Next is that next challenge. Next is that reflection. Next is that appreciation for where you have been, being grateful for where you are, and having the resilience to overcome that which is in the future. And I really want you guys to especially take this moment to reflect on, once again, kind of touching on the stable choices or the stable situations that we're in. Take a moment and reflect and really think, what type of power am I giving these situations of stability? Because just because you're stable doesn't mean it's healthy, right? And I really, really want to focus on that, because stability is often tied in tangent with security, and security is often tied in tangent with happiness or like a well-being, right? Sometimes security doesn't always mean you're safe. Sometimes security doesn't always mean that it's in your best interest. Sometimes security is actually a clouded form of toxicity that has impacted you and that has conditioned you to believe that it is secure, that it is safe, and that everything is okay, when really it's not okay. Just because you're safe in a burning building does not mean that you're safe from the burning building. You're still in the burning building, but you're now in a feeling of safeness, when really you're still in the burning building. So guys, I really, really, really want you to just take this moment and reflect, and just, even if you have to close your eyes and just see everything that you've overcome, take that moment and appreciate yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, and really take that moment and see, what is it that I've done? What is it that I've overcome? And when you really look at that, you'll realize that there's nothing that you cannot do. There is no challenge and no obstacle that is greater than you. Because the greatness within you will always outweigh the challenges ahead of you. One more time, that greatness within you will always overpower the challenges ahead of you. You are meant for this. You are built for this. These are the challenges that you, in some form of another, you may not want to admit it, but have asked for in a way to prepare you for the greater blessings that are coming. Maybe you're going through that financial struggle now so that you know how to better manage money, so that when you get blessed with the abundance of finances that you desire, you know how to use it. You know how to keep it, most importantly, because it's one thing to have it. It's another thing to know how to keep it and further create it. So, sometimes it takes just a different perspective and reflection on what it is you're looking at. And sometimes it takes someone from the outside in to kind of cleanse or kind of defog, if you will, some of those lenses that we're looking through right now, to really see just how great it is and how much we've really overcome. So how can we do this by ourselves? How can we do this in our own way, in our own fashion, and be consistent and create this as a habit, you know, and really strengthen this as a muscle? Well, you can make a list. And when I say a list, I don't mean something like a grocery list or something like that. I mean a gratitude list. And by a gratitude list, I mean literally list everything you're grateful for. Literally from the first breath you take to the first blink that you blink to the first step that you take when you get out of bed to everything, right? Just the roof over your head, the groceries, the family, the friends, the people, the sun, the water. I mean, we can go on and on, right? Birds chirping, we can see trees, we can see in general, right? We can feel, we can think, we can love. I mean, there's just so many different things that you can express that gratitude for, and just write. Write until you feel better, write until it feels good, and write until you can't write anymore. That's your first thing, is make a list that you're grateful for. The second thing that you can do is make a list of growth. Make a list of all the things that you've overcome. And it doesn't even have to be from this pandemic. It could be in the last 5 years, the last 3 years, the last 2 months, the last month, hell, even the last 10 days, last week, what you did last week, what you did yesterday, right? Just make a list of all the ways that you have grown and all of the things that you've overcome. All of the challenges that you have been successful on, all of the obstacles, all of the loss, all of the just everything that you've gone through, right? List all of those things that you've overcome and that you've completed and that you've beaten, and stop. That's it. Just take a look at that list. And it doesn't matter if there's one thing, there's 10 things, if there's half a thing, there is still something on that piece of paper. There is still something that you have done, something that you have overcome. There is a step taken that you did not take before, and that deserves to be celebrated. That deserves to be recognized. That deserves to be appreciated, and that is enough. That is enough. It doesn't matter that you're not where you want to be. It doesn't matter that you're not where you expect to be. It doesn't matter that you are where others tell you you should be. Where you are right now is enough. You are enough. So after we have that list, that in itself is going to create a habit. That's going to create a habit and give you a tool to really celebrate all of your growth and all of your acknowledgement, and really take a moment to express and share that gratitude within you and really kind of plant that seed. So you do it one day, and then you do it the next day. Doesn't matter if you keep rewriting the same things day in and day out. You're going to add something else to that list, then something else to that list, and so on and so forth. And keep at it. I'm not saying stop. There is no deadline for this. There is no date for you to stop. You keep doing this for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years for the rest of your life. However long it takes for you to be able to say, I am enough. I am doing enough. Where I'm at is enough. And the things that I have achieved is enough. Another thing that you can do, and I really, really want to focus on this list, guys. I strongly encourage you to start a list. I really do. It's helped me. It's changed my life, and I know that it will change yours. Another thing that you could do is begin daily affirmations. Now, daily affirmations goes into a bit more of the realm of manifesting and the realm of channeling and the realm of energy, right? And it for some people it's a bit taboo because we start to step into more of the kind of quantum realm, the realm of things that we don't necessarily understand, but can it kind of feel. It's a lot of feeling, right? It's not really something that you can quantitatively explain. However, you can qualitatively explain it because you feel it. It's the quality of how that is, the quality of what it is, right? But creating these affirmations and daily affirmations, you have to understand that words and just the action of creating a word and speaking a word into existence, that in itself is very, very magical. That in itself is creating something that is in the world, that is in the universe, and saying this now exists. What I am speaking into this world now exists, whether it's good or bad, whether it's helpful or hurtful, whatever it is, it now exists. So affirmations are a really great way for us to continue to kind of condition and program ourselves and our brains and our souls to really, well, not really our souls. We're kind of programming our brain to match our soul, right? But it's really helping us build that bridge and tether, that love and the gratitude and the everlasting and the infinite love that is from our higher self, the universe, God, however you'd like to explain it, and build that connection with us to where we feel that at all times, to where we really feel happy, where we really feel at peace, where we really feel joy, but most importantly, where we truly feel enough. And you don't have to download an app. You don't have to go get a book. You don't have to go on social media. It could literally be just little phrases, and we'll actually create an affirmation at the end of this episode for you to use and to break down, compile however you'd like. But when you have these daily affirmations, the most important thing is that you read them daily. That's why they're called daily affirmations. And it's not just a Monday through Friday. It's not just on the weekends. It's not just when you're feeling it. When you're feeling good, you read it. When you're feeling bad, you read it. When you're not feeling it, you read it. Because what this is doing is this is breaking the conditional mold of your current way of thinking. It's breaking the conditional mold of your current way of existing and living so that you can build tools to help you get to that life that you so want and desire, but you're maybe having a little trouble along the way. So these daily affirmations can be apps. I would strongly encourage you guys to, once you have an affirmation that you really like, write it down in your notes as an alarm. So if you have an alarm that you wake up to every day, that's the first thing that you see. The moment that your alarm pops up, you have your phrase, you read it to yourself, you turn off your alarm, you keep going. If you don't have a phone, write it down on a piece of paper, literally tape it to your alarm or put it right above your alarm. When you hit it, you read it, you go. Sticky notes are really, really, really great option. If you do have a vehicle, you can write them all on sticky notes. You can write, 5 sticky notes to make the one phrase. You can write it all on, really teeny tiny on the sticky note paper, on one page itself. And however you'd like to do it, right? But putting them on sticky notes, putting them in the bathroom walls, even in the shower, you may have to figure out laminate it or something so, the water doesn't destroy the paper, but you could do that too. Laminate it if you're really about it. I mean, hey, I encourage you to do it. That'd be awesome. But you can have it in the shower, have it in the bathroom. You can put it on your ceiling first thing you wake up to. I actually am kind of poor with my vision, so I would need glasses the moment I wake up, so I don't do that. But, once again, there's so many different places you can put these affirmations when they're sticky notes. Another great way would be to put them on drawing boards, put them on little poster boards. If you have kids and you guys have those little letters, buy a bunch of pack of letters and create the affirmation on the fridge. Have your kids read it in the morning. Just all of these different ways that you can really create a new environment of growth, a new environment of abundance and love, but most importantly, an environment of gratitude, an environment of appreciation for you, the things you do, the things you've done, and the things you're doing. Another great way and the thing that you can do to really kind of take a step back and reflect on is understand how negative experiences are affecting you. Now, I'm not going to get in this too much because I've made a prior episode about it and I don't want to repeat myself too much, but the negative experiences that we go through prepare us in one form of another for the future endeavors that we'll be having. Whether it's teaching us a lesson of our past to prepare us for the future, or it's teaching us something brand new that we're going to need in the future. They're all lessons. It's all to teach us, and it's all to help us grow, do better, endure successfully, and not even endure, but prosper, right? And live in that abundance that we so desire. One of the last things, and this kind of ties into the actual last thing, and this is going to be the hard one. And as I say this to myself as well. It's time to lose the fear of growth. It's time to lose the fear of leaving those around you behind. It's time to lose the fear of failure, of not making it when you want, of not hitting that timeline and deadline. It is time to lose the fear. No more fear. No more fear within. No more fear about what can happen. No more fear about what will happen. When you are fearing something, you are creating fictitious experiences that are appearing real. They're not things that have actually happened. They're false experiences appearing to be real. That is literally fear as the acronym. Nothing has happened yet, but we're fearful of the unknown. It's time to let that go, because as we enter in this new world, into this age of Aquarius, a lot of it's going to be unknown. A lot of it's going to be brand new. A lot of it is going to be us breaking our old conditions and creating a whole new life with things we never knew we felt before. We never knew we could be so happy. We never knew we could achieve these things. So we don't know where to start. Hell, we don't know where to go. We don't even know where to begin, right? It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you begin. All that matters is that you start. All that matters is that you're willing to take the leap and that you take it. I don't know what the ground will look like. I don't know what my ground will look like. It could be pillows. It could be daggers. It could be fluffy birds that carry you on to somewhere else. Not physically, but, abundance-wise and vibrationally. But we don't know until we make that leap. And I really want to encourage you guys to do this in these steps, where you make the gratitude list, where you make your growth list. You start with your daily affirmations and you go in this order. And then when you truly understand and have that bit of a foundation, like we talked about before, not something of sand, not something of sludge, not something of glass, but you have a really good, strong, sturdy foundation. That is when you're going to take the leap. And to be completely honest with you, you may not even have that when you take the leap. You may have to take the leap in order to build that. So, everybody's going to be different. You're all going to have your own journey, but you deserve it, man. Like, I can't express it or say it any other way. Like, you fucking deserve to be happy. You deserve to be in abundance. You deserve to live a life that you're not upset about, that you're not disappointed in, that you're not feeling any type of disgrace for, that you're not embarrassed of, that you're not feeling any kind of, remorse over, no guilt, no, stress. Like, you deserve a stress-free, worry-free, beautiful, healthy, abundant life. And it is up to you to create it. So what do you do after all this? After it's done, you got your affirmations, you got your gratitude list, you got your growth list, you have everything, and you're taking the leap. You stay focused. You stay focused, you never give up, and keep telling yourself each and every day, you are enough. You are enough. What you are doing is enough. What you are achieving is enough. Where you are at right now in your life is enough. And what you are becoming is enough. Not for anybody else. It's not for your mom, not for your dad, not for your husband, not even for your kids. Because when you are being the best that you can be for you, you are being better than what you can be for anybody else. Let me say that one more time. When you are being the best that you can be for yourself, you are being a better version than you could ever be for anybody else, because you are happy, you are in your abundance, you are in your vibration, you are achieving, you are excelling, you are growing, you are prospering, you are on fucking fire. You are the shit. You are everything you are meant to be. You are just your greatness. You are exactly who you are meant to be. You are then your higher self. And I know sometimes people feel like there's like this enlightening period where it's like you just wake up and it's like, oh, I'm enlightened, or like, oh, I'm woke, or oh, I'm in my higher self. That's not often how it works. It will really be an up and down. It will be a journey of highs and lows and trying to stay in alignment and getting out of alignment and then trying to enter it again. But that is the journey in itself. That is the importance of the foundation. That is the importance of the belief in yourself, because it's going to happen. You're going to have ups and downs. You're not just going to hit a point of being in your higher being and just have no issues, no problems. I mean, to a certain degree, right? But there's never going to be a time where you're just going to have complete and utter, like, no problems and no issues. Something's going to come up, but it's a matter of how you respond to it. It's a matter of what your vibration is. If you're saying, I'm waiting for this situation to come, that situation's going to come, and more situations are going to come to remind you of that feeling so that you stay in that feeling and that cycle continues. Do you see how that kind of perpetuates itself? When you're feeling a certain way about a situation and you express that feeling with as much emotion and as much passion and conviction as you feel in that moment, you're going to attract more of those situations to reinforce that feeling. So what I'm trying to help you do is recondition what you're saying, recondition what you're feeling, and change through affirmations, through list making, through all these different cognitive techniques that quite honestly have been proven time and time again to be immensely useful for people around the world. What you are doing is you're changing the way you think. You're changing the way you feel, and you'll be changing the way you live. You'll be changing the way you vibrate. There is nothing more powerful than an individual who is comfortable with themselves, who is in true alignment with themselves. There is nothing more powerful than that. And that is what I want for each and every one of you. You deserve it. You are meant for it. And most importantly, you will have it. You will achieve it. Because I want you to realize that by you taking this step and listening to this episode, whether this is your first episode you listen to me from, or my most recent, or you're just listening to this one and you plan on listening to more, however you plan on it, by you making this choice and taking this step to listen to this episode, you are taking a step towards your growth. You write this down on your list. If you have nothing else on your list, you put, I listened to this episode because I want to be better. I want to grow. I want to prosper, and I deserve to grow. I deserve to prosper. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to live in my best life. I deserve to live in abundance, and there is nothing that can take that from me. What you are meant for, you are going to have. One more time, what you are meant for, you are going to have. One last time. What you are meant for, you are going to have. So let's get to some affirmations. First and foremost, we literally have one. What I am meant for, I will achieve, or what I am meant for, I will have. That is exactly a perfect affirmation for you to use right there. There is another affirmation, and I really want to share this with you all, and we're going to go through it together completely, and then I really want you to, after this episode, take what you'd like. You're more than welcome to take the entire phrase, take bits of it, pieces of it, whatever, but start to use this as your foundation if you don't have one already. So repeat after me. I am enough. My work is enough. My effort is enough. My love is enough. My intellect is enough. My soul is enough. My heart is enough. I am enough. One more time. I am enough. My work is enough. My effort is enough. My love is enough. My intellect is enough. My soul is enough. My heart is enough. I am enough. That is your affirmation. That's your first one. You're more than welcome to use that. Take it all. Take what you'd like from it. And what would be really cool is even if you got 7 sticky notes, right? Put my work is enough. 1 sticky note. My effort is enough. Another, my love is enough. My intellect is enough. So on and so on and so forth. Before you know it, you have 7 sticky notes that you could put all throughout your house, all throughout your car, all throughout your job, wherever you're at. And you can remind yourself, boom, I am enough. Boom, my work is enough. Boom, my love is enough. Boom, my heart is enough. I am enough. All of these different ways, right? So I just really want to drill home the importance of you guys, and you specifically, celebrating your achievements, celebrating all the things that you've overcome and all the things that you've been able to grow through and achieve. I don't really think that, because obviously we've gone through, the middle of it, of dealing with the pandemic, trying to figure out money, trying to figure out a living situation, trying to figure out family, trying to figure out friends, who you can visit, who you can't, if you should get the vaccine, if you should get tested, if you go anywhere, should you go on a vacation, should you do this, should you do that, right? Stop, take a moment, and take a step back. Breathe, deep breaths in and out. One more deep breath in and out. And take that step back and reflect on everything that you've done, everything that you've achieved, everything that you have sought after and have acquired, everything that you have done, wanted to do, and then did again, everything that you didn't want to do, but you had to do it, so you did it, and make sure you don't do it again. Everything, right? There is so many things that each and every one of you has done. Each and every one of you has achieved so much and has healed so much and has gone through so much. You deserve that pat on the back. You deserve that hug from yourself. You deserve that love. And damn it, if you don't get it from anybody, you getting it from me. I love you. I respect you. I appreciate you. I acknowledge you. I acknowledge your worth. I acknowledge your work. I acknowledge your effort. And I acknowledge your pain, your struggle, everything that you're going through. I acknowledge it. And I am so proud of you for going through it. I am so proud of you for overcoming it, for waking up another day and saying, I'm not going to give up. I am not going to give in. I am going to achieve it. I may feel like shit. I don't know what's going on, but damn it, I'll figure it out. I am so proud of you. And I love you so much. I love you so much. You are so incredible. You are great. You are a gift. You are a divine blessing. And you are a blessing upon every single being that crosses your path. And you deserve the greatest of gifts, the highest of adornments. You just deserve the greatest of the great, because that is what you are. You are the greatest of the great. You are enough. And I love you endlessly, unconditionally, because you are enough. I love you all. I wanted to share this message with you. I wanted to share these moments and these tools with you because I think that right now a lot of people need it, and a lot of people don't know where to go, and a lot of people are just trying to figure it out. And quite honestly, a lot of people are tired, and a lot of people are just, they're worn out. So if you don't get anything else from this, you get this energy I'm sending to you right now. You get this energy feeling in your bones, in your soul, in your fucking gut. You are going to overcome this. You are going to overachieve this. You are going to make this happen. You are going to succeed. You are going to strive. You are going to prosper. You are going to be just fucking everything that you are meant to be. You are going to achieve everything that you are meant to achieve. And you are going to live in all of your abundance and all of your blessings, and you are just going to just skyrocket far beyond anything that you could dream, achieve, or even imagine, because that is what you are meant for. That is what you are meant for. I love you all. I wish you peace and blessings, love and light. If you need to talk, reach out to me. My Facebook, Austin Varvel. Reach out to me on Instagram, PMPV Podcast. Reach out to me anywhere. Just hit me up on my email. That's Posi, P-O-S-I, mind, M-I-N-D, the letter N, vibes, V-I-B-E-S, @gmail.com. Or my personal email, austin.t.varvel.com, or @gmail.com, I'm sorry. Just, guys, I want you to know I'm here for you. I love you. I support you. And most of all, you are enough. You are enough. I love you all. I wish you peace and blessings, love and light, healing, growth, and prosperity and abundance always. Ashe.